Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I'm so glad you tuned in today. It's back to school and the kids are ready to go off to college, and I know it's a stressful time for a lot of people, so I want to share some tips that's going to help you and your team during this process to help them transition for college. So the first thing I want to say is that please do not put any pressure on your team. Let me repeat that again. Don't put a lot of pressure on your teens, because that in alone in itself can increase the anxiety symptoms, and it may make it difficult for your child to find the best school they want to apply to and have a successful transition. So the first thing I want to say is that you want to look and see is their organizational skills. How are they organizing their life? Maybe they need some help in this area, because this is something that some teens struggle with. They may not have a binder that is well organized. They may not have their classes organized in order. They don't know when the next exam is coming up. So as a parent, you want to help them through this process, whether they need a planner, whether they're using Google Classroom for their school, if they need a whiteboard in their home that you can outline all the classes that they have and when their tests are being due, so that way you can start preparing them when college comes around, right? Because organizational is so key when they go off to college and you're not there knocking on their door to tell them what to do. So the next thing is time management. Time management is so key. So many teens feel like they have the entire day, they have the entire world to get things done, right? They get home from school, they have a 12-page paper. It's 12-page paper, right? It's due tomorrow and it's 9 o'clock at night and they haven't gotten it started yet. So you want to make sure that you help them as far as time management, because what ends up happening is that if they recognize they don't have a lot of time left, they start to panic, they get overwhelmed. They're limited with the amount of time they have with getting things done in the proper manner. So something I want to say with time management, set timers. So maybe they're working on a project and they're having a difficult time starting the project. So set timers. Maybe they're going to work on it for 2 hours today and work on it for 2 hours tomorrow, 2 hours the next day, and maybe it's due next week. So you allow them some time allocated every single day to get the project done. And they can take breaks. So take breaks in between and reward them for those breaks. So whether they're taking breaks in between to have a snack, maybe they can watch a clip on YouTube for 5 minutes, but make sure you will them back in, because it's so hard to will them back in once they're distracted and doing something they prefer. The next thing I want to talk about is goal-oriented. So with goal-oriented, when it comes to colleges, you want to help your child to list down all the colleges they would like to apply to. And I know as parents, sometimes you have your options too. You may want them to stay close to home. Maybe you want them to go to school where you went. Maybe you have an Ivy League school you want them to go to. So you want to make sure that you work closely with your child in this process and create a list of schools, whether it's their safety net, schools that are, probably their top choices, whatever it is, maybe the school that they will get the guaranteed scholarship from. So have them list out their schools and start listing out your goals. So your goals will look like what? So I want you to have your teams list out what are the deadlines for the schools that they're applying to, right? How many letters of recommendations do they need? The personal statement letter, what does that need to look like? If there are any fee waivers, early admission, how much does the application fee cost? So have them list out everything. And that way you can start working with your child to break them down into manageable steps. Because if they think about the big picture and the fact that they have 10 applications that are due by January 1st, they may panic. So as a parent, maybe you want to start off with creating deadlines for each and every item. So maybe over the next 2 weeks, their job is to get transcripts from their school and collect 10 transcripts, right? So that's your goal, to really help them through this process so they're not doing it alone. And as a parent, you don't want to freak out. You want to make sure that you are relaxed through this process so your child can see that you are relaxed and they can be relaxed too. Now, the next thing you want to do is have some flexibility. They may miss a deadline, right? So they miss a deadline. What can you do in that process? What other options do you have available to you? What other schools can they apply to? Do they need to go to a community college? Do they need to go to a backup school? So be flexible through the process with your child. Give them time, but also to make sure that they're not too lax in the process where they forget to apply to these schools, right? Now, the next thing I want you to do as parents, you want to provide positive feedback. So whenever your child does something that's positive, they submit the application, you want to reward them for that. You want to say, great job. And reward doesn't always have to be a monetary item. It can always just be through verbal affirmation. So you can always tell your child, you did a great job, thank you so much. I see that you're managing school and you're applying to colleges, you're getting your paper done, you're cleaning the house. So you want to reward them that way by giving affirmations, because they really love getting your support. And I do have a bonus as far as what your child should be doing. You want to know what the bonus is? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready? So the bonus is, this is mine, but you want to create a self-care toolbox. So, what's in the self-care toolbox, are you asking? I have a bunch of goodies in here. So in my self-care toolbox, I have things like this. So you have a stress ball. Maybe they need a stress ball because they're studying for their SATs, they're trying to ace their exam and apply to colleges, and they're hearing their friends getting word back where they went to school and they're still waiting. So give them a stress ball. They have something to kind of help them in that moment. Maybe something else you can do is that you can have essential oils, right? Essential oils are great. You can use a diffuser and you put it in a room. You can have them use just a little bit on their hand and just smell it. So having them practice deep medication, you can have your child practice some deep breathing skills, right? They're practicing deep breathing in that moment. They're just smelling what the scent smells like. I like using things that have like eucalyptus, lavender, and chamomile. So having your child do that is so key. The next thing you can have are coloring sheets. You can have coloring sheets where, they take a break and they're doing this at the moment and they're just like relaxing and just, being creative in that moment. So whether your child likes art, if they like music, they like dancing, they like photography, maybe they have their own YouTube channel. So allow your child to be creative in that moment to just give them a space to kind of just relax and not think about the workload they have to do in that moment. And what else do I have in this? I have a ton of other stuff. I do have candy, all right? Candy, everybody loves candy. So with candy, I have a fun activity you can do. It's called mindful eating with candy. So you have them use all 5 of their senses to take their time to eat the candy bar. And you can look it up online as far as mindful eating with candy, and they can just sit there and just take their time with eating the candy and just focusing on the candy. This is a great way for them to distract themselves from all the activities and things they have to do. So remember, parents, during this process, I know it's challenging, I know it's hard, I know you may have some ideas of what they need to get done and do, but make sure that you're with them throughout the process. You allow them to relax through it. Allow this to be a beautiful journey to bond with your child. So please, 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 please take care of you through the process and take care of your child. And don't forget to please like and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also make sure you hit the notification button too, so that way you'll be in the know whenever a new video pops up. And all of my social media links will be posted below in a tab bar. So please make sure you follow me and stay tuned for more videos.